Hello guys. So what we are going to do first is we are going to bring these four images into this project, and then later on we will add shadows, highlight, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this, I'm going to press Alt, and I'm going to drag to main project, and I'm going to rename this as 1, and then right click this and convert to smart object. Same way I'm going to drag rest of the images also. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to arrange this. So press Ctrl T to get this transformation tool, and I'm going to little bit resize it like this. Same way I'm going to do it for this also, and I'm going to put this one behind him, and I'm going to put it here. Yeah, and this one I'm going to bring this behind, and I'm going to put it here. I'm going to press Ctrl T and right click, and I'm going to rotate it like this. Okay, and let me make little bit bigger, and finally in this image I'm going to bring it behind. Ctrl T, make it bigger. Nice. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add shadows. So for that we are going to use exposure. So select this image and go to exposure and make sure this is selected and decrease it. Now press Ctrl I to inverse it and choose this brush and make sure you have black and white. So if you have white you can paint, and if you have black color you can erase it. Okay, so to switch between this you can use X option, or you can use this one. Okay, so I'm going to decrease the opacity a little bit, and I'm going to start painting. Don't put too much shadows, okay, that won't look nice. Okay, just little bit like this. Same way I'm going to do for this one also. Yeah, now you can see the difference. See. Okay, now what we are going to do is I'm going to make him blue color. So I don't want this dress to be in black color, so I'm going to change this to blue. So for that I'm going to select him and go to hue and saturation. Make sure you click to this, select colorized, and make this blue. Increase little bit saturations. I think this color is enough. Okay, now plus Ctrl I to inverse and make sure opacity is 100 and start painting. Only I'm going to make blue only on the dress only, okay, not on the face. Okay, and for this I need this gold color also, and for this I'm going to press X and I'm going to erase this blue color like this. We'll see you after I finish this because this is too much boring. Okay, so guys, finally done. See, this is before, this is after. Okay, this took really a lot of time, guys, lots of time. Now what we are going to do, we will add some background. So for that I'm going to use this image. Okay, so let me drag this and right click, convert to smart object, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to resize it, and I'm going to make sure this sunlight is in the right side of her, because using that only we are going to add reflections. Okay, and I'm going to bring another background also, this one. So we are not going to use full image, So we are going to use off the image. Okay, so for that I'm going to use this tool and I'm going to select this. I'm going to drag this to our project file, right click and convert to smart object, and I'm going to put this behind this sun. Okay, let me hide this sun for a while. I'm going to press Ctrl T and I'm going to use distort and I'm going to make this like this. Now I'm going to use perspectives and I'm going to increase edge. Yeah, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this sunlight back and I'm going to press Alt and click this mask button. So what we are going to do, we are going to use brush and we are going to start painting like this. Okay, so now I'm going to bring one more image, this one. Okay, and same way I'm going to erase the below part like this. Nice. So now I'm going to bring another image, this monster. Okay, so let me drag this and put it above this clouds, convert to smart object and Ctrl T, and I'm going to make this small. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click this, I'm going to blending options. So see this, press Alt and click it here. You can see these tools are separating. Just increase that. Yeah, like that. Click OK. Now I'm going to erase these things. Nice. So I'm going to use this one. So we want only this above part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use pen tool and I'm going to separate it from this image. So right click, make selection and click OK. Drag this to our project. Right click, convert to smart object and make this big. Okay, nice. So now we will add some highlights. So before that I'm going to increase the highlights in this eyes. So for that, click the monster, use hue and saturation, colorize it and increase the redness like this. Now press Ctrl I, take the brush, start painting like this, not too much, like this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this reflection to this edge. So go to hue and saturations, clip it, colorize it, and I'm going to use this color. Okay, Ctrl I to inverse and start painting. Don't paint fully because these reflections won't come this side. So I'm going to erase it. See, it's a little bit adding contrast, that's all, nothing much different. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a beam in his eyes. I'm going to click solid color and make it red and Ctrl I and just click it. Same way here, go to this and change this to linear dodge add. Okay, now we need to add reflections in his eyes. So same way I'm going to use solid colors, going to go for orange, Ctrl I, start painting this. Don't worry, we can fix this later, so no problem. Now change the blending mode to linear dodge. See, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some whiteness to this. So for that I'm going to go to this, hue and saturation, colorize, add some whiteness and just not too much, paint little bit here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to again go to this and I'm going to press Ctrl J to duplicate this and I'm going to change this to this pin light. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to put again Alt and press this. That's nice. Okay, now we have to add the beam here. So for that I'm having this one, convert to smart object and change this blending mode to screen. Resize it, reduce the size and take it here, put it right over here. So I'm going to remove this part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this edge a little bit smaller. So for that, Control T, press wrap. Okay, just make this edge smaller and make this edge bigger. Yes. So now what I'm going to do, we should add some thickness to this. Okay, for that I'm going to press Control J to duplicate this and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Let make this a little bit dark, blurrer. Okay, same way, Control J, increase the blur a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. See, before, after. Okay, I'm going to select these three and I'm going to press G and I'm going to press Ctrl J to duplicate this, and I'm going to bring this high. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add reflections to his face, body. So add another hue and saturations and click colorize and try to merge the highlighted colors. Press Ctrl I and use the brush and paint it. First paint and then we will erase the part which we don't want. Okay, now erase the part which we don't want that much highlights. Now change this blending mode to linear light. Okay, see, now adjust little bit of light. See, nice, right? So here I'm not putting the reflections because these reflections won't go to her. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlights to this girl and I'm going to add hue and saturations. Try to match this color. Okay, and press Ctrl I and start painting. See, nice, right? Okay, now I'm going to add a title. So for that, press this icon and click here and type ETERNAL. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some blending options, bevel and emboss, and increase this size a little bit and increase softness. Now I'm going to add some gold texture. For that I'm going to use this image. So alt click and drag it, put it here, convert to smart object and click alt. You can see the arrow mark is coming in between this text and this image. Click it, so you can see it is merged. So press Ctrl T and reduce the size little bit. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase the beam. Yeah, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some flare particles. So for that I'm going to use this image, change this to screen and reduce the size. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use distort to make it like this. So I'm going to add one more logo here, this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some whiteness in this edge. So for that, right click this, go to blending options, add stock. We don't want this much stock, so I'm going to reduce size a little bit. Guys, I think this is the final image. So now we are going to add some camera or filter, merge visible. So now go to filter, camera or filter, some won't see this camera or filter option here. So if you have that problem, just comment it below. I will tell you the solution. Okay, go to this. Let me increase the highlight first and contrast. So guys, this is the final output. I hope you like this tutorial. So never mind for my English, because I am trying to speak good English. Okay, so if you like this video, don't forget to press the subscribe button and click the bell icon. So we will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.